Hi boys, hope everyone is doing well. Making this video to show the way that we are currently pressing. So I'm going to be reviewing that and what I need you guys to achieve by the high press that we're doing, as well as a second way or more preferred way of pressing. Uh, and once we do get the ball, we get possession of the ball after high press, what we ideally would like to do. So to start off, the opponents have the ball at the goalkeeper. This is the formation that we will be in once we are ready to do the high press. Um, the way the opponents, would play out of the back, assuming that our opponents do play out of the back. Let's say, their goalkeeper goes to their three. What we want to do is, again, the nine is coming at an angle to pressure the three. Effectively, in a high press, we want to restrict and pressure the opponents to one side of the field. So once the three gets the ball, our objective is to make sure that the ball stays on this side. So we cut off the passes towards the side of the field. And if the ball goes on, if the ball goes on the other side of the field, it's the same thing. So we come in an angle and we try to restrict the ball to this side. So let's start from sorry, just clear this. Yeah. So let's start with the ball with a three. So the way that we usually work, the nine comes in and pressures. The eight should be coming on the five. The three is coming, cinching in to cover the eight, and the 10 is covering the six, and the two is covering their two. Now, what's important is, again, we have a lot of space at the back over here. So our fullback should be standing probably a few meters away from the two, not too close that there can be a long ball and their two, passes us, and not too far away that their two gets the ball and can turn, and then we have a 1v1. So the distance should be in a way that, the three hesitates to pass the ball to the two, and if the two does get the ball, we are at a distance that we can quickly cover the space and not allow them to turn and still keep the pressure on. And usually in this instance, once three gets the ball, we also have their nine scooching over here. And what's important is our four and five, they communicate properly and effectively to see who covers the nine. So in this instance, it's going to be the four covering the nine, and then our five is going to be covering the four. So this is how we want to be. Again, there's going to be pressure from the nine. So hopefully, the three is going to be under a lot of pressure that they're either going to be kicking the ball off the field, right? Or, kicking it out of bounds, putting it to the two, and, we force them into making mistakes. And if it's from the other side, again, same thing. So if we go back, the one goes to the four, our nine comes in pressures over here. Eight is covering their eight. Our 10 goes to the five, the two comes to the six, and the three is there. And then their nine is coming here. Our five is also going to them, and the four is covering, providing the balance. This is how we usually do it. Now, one thing that I'm assuming a lot of you have noticed, we are playing on a bigger field. It's a nine-a-side field. And if we are going to be, let's say, playing like we did the last game, against a team that is effective on the ball, can pass the ball and keep possession, our 9 is going to get very, very tired. Because what does happen is, we are trying to not allow them to, go to this side of the field over here, but it does happen. So our 9 is covering the 4. 4 comes to the 1 comes to the 3, and then we have our 9 running all the way from here, trying to cover their 3. Again, same thing. If they go back again, the 9 is covering a lot of distance, and they will have a lot of time and space once they do shift the ball from one side of the field to the other, and they can attack effectively. Another thing that I forgot to mention, I mean, once we are doing the press, it's very, very important that we do not get beat one-on-one, because if that does happen, so if the 9 is coming here and 4 beats them, it defeats the whole purpose of the press. And now we have a 3v2 situation over here. And, the whole high press kind of falls down or crumbles, I would say. And we're all, running back and struggling to get back into positions. So this is the way that, we usually press. And what I want to do for moving forward is to change it up a little bit to make it one, easier for us to, I wouldn't say easier, I would say it will be a faster pressure on the opponents, and if they do shift the ball to the other side of the field, we don't have to run as much to cover them. So traditionally, as I said, this is the way we have our formation. So the new way is to have 2 players up top pressing. So we're going to be having our 9 moving over here, and our right CAM is the second player that is going to be pressing. So they're going to be coming over here. Now the 6 and the 8 will be here. So our 8 is covering their 8. We're going to have our 6 covering their 6. So this is the way that we want to do it. And it will always be the right cam. So whoever is playing the right cam will be the second player that is going to be pressing. So if, again, concept is the same, we are trying to keep them on one half of the field, whether it's on this side or that side. But the advantage of this is, again, the 1 plays the ball to the 3, our 10 is immediately putting the pressure on them. So they're going to be under pressure much faster than the way that we did it with 1 player up top. The 9 moves to the 5 over here, 6 is covering their 6, 8 is covering their 8, and if the 9 moves over here, our 4 moves with them. 3 can cinch in. I would say even, the 8 can cinch in over here as well. When 5 is covering, is finally covered. Again, same thing, but it's just a faster way of pressing. Now, if they do switch the field, so 3 goes back to the 1 and the 1 now comes to the 4, we have our 9 immediately going to the 4, 3 going to the 7, 8 coming to the 8, our 10 coming to the 5, and 6 is keeping space over here, right? And then their 9 is probably going to come, 5 here for provide cover, and our 2 just cinches in to provide the third defender in case that they move forward. So this is the way that we want to press right now. So I will do it one more time. So 6 here. So this is how we usually stand. Right? So when we want to press, 9 stays here and 10 stays here. And depending on the side of the field the ball is going, the closest player is the one who pressed, and the second player is the one that provides the cover. So let's say the 1 goes to the 4. Now that's where we have the 9 coming in. The 10 immediately comes over here. Our 2 can cinch in. 8 is covering the 8. 5 is covering the 9. And the 6 can even come over here. And if the field does get switched like this, we have 10 coming to the 3. 9 coming to the 5, 6 coming here, 2 coming here, 4 coming here, 5 providing the cover, and 3 cinching here. This is the way we're doing it. Now, once we do a press, it is an effective press, and let's say, they pass the ball here, and we take possession of the ball. Depending on where they lose the ball, right, or we take possession of the ball. So if we are taking it on their 1/3, we always want to immediately look forward and find a dangerous situation or create a dangerous situation or attack that we can capitalize on and score. But let's say, we have the ball, we get the ball here, their 6 is over here, our 10 is here, and our 6 is here. In this situation, again, let's say we're in the midfield part or we are trying to go forward, but we see, there's just too many players and we are going to be losing the ball. What I would like us to do is if we can't move forward, we do not want to force it. Let's bring the ball back and reset. So we can take it from the 2, can come back, take it to our 1. Now everyone can come back into space. And the reason for that is, we're pressing with 2 up top. So our right cam is pretty high up the field, which is not an ideal situation when we're trying to build up. So once our 1 gets the ball, everyone comes back into position. And now we can effectively start attacking. Right? This is something that I would like you guys to do moving forward. Keeping possession of the ball, not forcing it, and going back and resetting and building out from the back. Now, if it is on and we have an opportunity to attack, of course, it usually happens on the under 1/3, our 1/3 attacking. So I would say in this area. So anything within this area, it's I don't mind us pushing forward and trying to attack. But if we get the ball, let's say over here, right, and we already have this a compact situation, and we don't have any way to go forward, or even if we do, the opponents are outnumbering us. It's always good to come back and reset. We've putting in a lot of energy to press and get the ball. We don't want to lose it cheaply. Let's keep possession, and reset and start our attack and build out from the back. So please review this a couple times if possible, and we will see. We'll discuss it more tomorrow before the game. Thank you, and see you guys soon.